The sport, I feel like, means something to me different than what it means to Lilli, because the sport's a lot about like friendship and like family, and I feel like because my cheer team's like a family to me, and so like coming to practice doesn't feel like, oh God, I have to go to practice. It feels like I have friends that want to be around me and they make me want to do good with what I'm doing. So
yeah. For me, I did gymnastics for like 10 years, so I've always been like really competitive. And so just like whenever I quit gymnastics, being able to come to a sport that like I could still tumble and do what I love, but without the 5-hour practices a day, it like meant a lot. And I love the family environment of the teams and just love it.
Yeah.
Why do you think there is that whole misconception of cheer is not a sport? I mean, what do you think about that?
I just think like when people look at cheerleaders, even some of what we do on the sidelines, it looks easy to them. They don't realize the amount of practice that goes into perfecting and making the routines look good. They don't realize what goes into learning these tumbling skills and what it takes to throw another human up in the air and catch them. I mean, there's just a lot to it that people don't understand. And I think that as cheerleading gets harder and more competitive and more popular, people are starting to pick up on that it's still just misconceptions of the past, that it's easy and you don't have to be an athlete, anybody can do it, and it's just not the case.
Me and Lilli have been on the team together the longest. Like we've been since freshman year, and we like moved up on varsity together. But I think we both agree that like this team, the younger girls like are really easy to get along with, and like there's not a lot of separation like there has been past years. Like grades, you can't really tell that there's different grades. Like we're all friends. Yeah. We all are around each other. We all have inside jokes together. Yeah. So I think that's definitely been a really good experience, because like when we were freshmen, like you could tell that we were the freshmen. Like we were just like sitting there like freshmen, but now it feels like you can't really tell who the freshmen are.
I feel like this year's been really good about everybody combining together and not having separation.
And so what are you like as a coach?
So my coaching process is, if I see something, I'm saying something. I hold the girls accountable for every mistake, but I also will compliment as soon as I see something that has been made progress on.
You can't get your chest up.
Yeah, and that time we like caught her and tripped her up.
Well, y'all had her feet, but her chest was just down. Can you rotate it more a little bit? And then, good, just get in it. Y'all were this far apart.
I think that our team's really good at constructive criticism, and we're really good at like telling each other when we're doing things good and when we're doing things bad. And so on the mat, that's really helpful because we can build each other up and also like help each other constructively.
And then during the competitions, it's always good, like you get tired, but like you know your teammates are all there for you, like in the middle. But our coaches always tell us to like give a little shake and like look at each other, make eye contact, just like to build each other back up, like in the middle of a routine when you're starting to.
It gets us like more excited when we like make eye contact with each other and like, oh, we're doing it for like our friends, you know?
My big thing is one-on-one with the girls. Whenever we're at practice, I'm definitely a little bit more serious and kind of to the point, but one of the things I really encourage from the girls is anytime they're going through something, come to my office, text me, call me. Like I want to be one of the first people that they can come to. And like I said, that really happens outside of practice, that relationship building more so than in practice, because you'll probably hear some of them say later, I'm the mean coach, I'm the one who's always getting on to them, but I also feel like they have a lot of trust with me as well, and they have a lot of respect for me because of the way I treat them in practice, and then the way that I can be close with them outside of practice. So it makes the practice boundaries appropriate, but then outside of practice, I feel like we're able to have a really good relationship. So. I'm not sure if many people know, but our school is a primarily Christian school. Not primarily, it is a Christian school. And that is something that was really important to me. Looking for a job, is I wanted to work somewhere that was faith-based. And that was not an opportunity I got in high school or college. And so hearing about this school the draw to not only want to share your faith, but for that to be encouraged, that was super big for me because that's something that I hold very important in my life, and I didn't want to have to divide the two things when it came to coaching because there are so many spiritual and relational aspects that come into coaching that I wanted to be able to integrate as a professional at a workplace and ultimately invest in the lives of younger girls. So
I feel like that's really cool because I do All-Star also, so like going from that perspective where it's like strictly cheer and then coming to this team where it's like Jesus and cheer, it's just really cool to see like that it can be both and like that I can bring that to All-Star and like just it's very different feelings from both.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell when a team bonds over their faith, and we're all connected because of that, and we treat each other differently because of that. And like we'll have off days where we don't treat each other how we should, but we'll always come back to our faith and like what it means to treat other people like Jesus. And so it's all just like a ripple effect of how we treat each other, and it's really rewarding, I would say, especially as somebody that's older and like sees it with all the younger girls and like seeing how they've treated each other and treat us and how we treat them. It's just it's nice to see, if that makes sense.
Ava, Emily.
We always like get in a circle before comps and we pray together. We do that like 3 times before we compete, and I feel like everybody always feels more calm and relaxed and like ready to go on the mat after we're like together praying together and like just focusing on our team.
Yeah, and like also our coaches like do devotionals with us, and like they give us encouragements about being strong in our faith, and when we're strong in our faith, we don't have fear going onto the mat, and so like that's a big part of, I feel like, the competition season.
Love the Lord, love each other, love the sport last, because I think if they can keep those priorities straight, then everything else is going to fall into place. And when it comes to competition season and kind of our priorities and everything, I try not to tell them to go out and win. And I know that might seem counterintuitive, but I tell them more so, let's go out and do the best that we possibly can. Let's be the best representatives of our school. Let's be the best representatives of Christ. And that will give us great success, whether that's first place or 5th place. Like, they will leave a competition again feeling way more fulfilled than if they were to just go in with the primary goal of winning and beating everybody else.
So in the private schools in Arkansas, we all compete with the public schools. We don't have our own division. So we really have to fight to hang in there with these huge public schools that have a really wide pool of talent. And we have no advantage. So we started doing cuts to the Shiloh cheer program 2 years ago. And we've really seen that drive the girls in accountability and making sure that they're like ready for tryouts because they could get cut. And also that's just made our girls a lot stronger and better athletes. But we move between divisions, so if we're not in finals and we don't place at state for 2 years, we get moved down. So our goal is to move up divisions and stay.
It was pretty bad.
It was really sad because we had gotten first, like
we were like
every
undefeated
other competition. Like we
all
were
year.
just like we were ready. We were like, okay, state.
And also our state routine was like the best we've ever done our routine. It was so good. Like every single one of us was like, that was really like incredible, and like we did such a good job. We all worked so hard for it, and we were undefeated all year long, and so it was definitely hard. Like we were not expecting to get second at all. It was like really unexpected, I think, for a lot of people. So it wasn't the best feeling, but I think it made us want to work a lot harder for it this year.
It was kind of defeating because they did unbelievable for our size school. We were really number-wise a little undersized for the 5A division, and for them to place where they did the years we were 5A was unbelievable. So it felt a little defeating, but we just reminded them that to compete with Alma and all the other amazing 5A game day teams and hold their own is such an accomplishment. It just shows where we're at, and if we move back down to 4A and just keep pushing and trying to get better every year, hopefully by the time we get back up to 5A, that we're just even more competitive.
For competition, win state, top 5 at nationals. That is the goal for the competitive side. More than that, I want them to love cheerleading. I want them to fall in love with the grind. I want them to fall in love with the process, and I want them to feel like they are doing something that is worth being respected. And I know you guys are doing a lot with like seeing the value in just some sports that maybe don't get recognized as much. I want them to feel like what they're doing is athletic. And I want them to feel like what they're putting out there is not, we're just standing around the sideline waving our pom-poms. Like, we are athletes, we practice, we work hard, we sweat, and we do things that are difficult just like everybody else. So I want them to fall in love with the competitive and the athletic just atmosphere of cheerleading that I feel like doesn't really get touched on enough.
We just really encourage the girls to set individual goals and to every practice raise the bar on their goals, to never feel content with where they are, and to encourage their teammates to do the same. And sometimes in cheer, you can't help, there'll be a fall like we had at nationals that comes out of nowhere, and you could have never planned for that. It was just a freak thing. So it's really about how you pick yourself and your teammates back up and grow from those points where you really improve and they bond as a team. And those are the things that honestly they remember and talk about long after the competitions are over, is how their teammates help them through different things.